rather make a meal so I can change and act strange. Get a Andre 3000 wig with some bangs. I'll hang and bang your frame like the Predator do. Turn in your...
Tyler with Akua Performance here today to talk about racetams, or nootropics in general. So, from Cosmic Nootropic, I went ahead and got the Nootropics Bundle, which consists of, let's take a look, Noopept, Piracetam, Phenylpiracetam, Alpha GPC, and I'm gonna butcher this last one, but I think it's Pantagam, maybe, not familiar with that one. The other ones I know a little bit about. So, what are nootropics in general? Essentially, they are aids for cognitive enhancement. They can be natural or synthetic that don't have a negative or deleterious effect on our health or our brain. So that is the technical definition. You'll hear the words smart drugs and nootropics used interchangeably a lot of times, but really a smart drug will typically have some negative side effects that a true classical nootropic should not. So Noopept isn't truly a racetam like you heard me mention earlier. It's more of a, it's similar to a racetam, but is a peptide-like compound that works very similar in action. But we'll talk about phenylpiracetam, aniracetam, and piracetam a little bit. So piracetam is going to be the oldest or the originally developed synthetic nootropic out of that family. It's got decades of research done on it of varying different age groups and disease states, but usually what it's used for is to help with cognitive impairment issues or to reduce those issues. Piracetam does require a higher dose than these other compounds. It's not as strong. And then ones like aniracetam, I believe it's purported to be about 5 times stronger, again, taken at a lower dose, and has a slightly different effect. And then you have phenylpiracetam, again, another one of the racetams. Both of these, the aniracetam and phenylpiracetam, are newer than the piracetam, but the phenylpiracetam is even more potent, requiring an even smaller dose. Now, depending on the half-life of these compounds, you may have to redose 1, 2, 3 times a day and divide that daily dose out over those different intervals. So what are they doing? Well, they're doing a lot of different things, but probably the 2 primary things that are giving us a big bang for our buck as it relates to our focus and mental stamina and mood state and ability for long-term memory encoding potentiation is they're helping with blood flow, cerebral blood flow. So we're getting more oxygen and nutrients and hormones and peptides through the brain through that increased blood flow. But not only that, they're also helping modulate some of the neurotransmitters that we use for our mood states, our focus, and our memory encoding. So by modulating those things, we may potentiate improved outcomes in cognitive clarity and cognitive stamina. So the use of these things is viable across a multitude of different applications. So you could use it as a focus in a sport. You could use it to get ahead in the office. You could use it to address a disease state. So lots of different applications here. So what will you notice from them? Again, piracetam, you may notice some subtle improvements in cognitive clarity, but it's probably not going to be an acute feel. It's going to take time to build up the effects, and it's not going to be that you turn into Bradley Cooper's character from Limitless overnight. More or less, you'll notice that you may be able to recall things just a little bit easier and memorize things just a little bit easier. Aniracetam, you might notice an acute effect off of the first dose. It seems to be a little bit relaxing and likely playing off the GABA metabolism just a little bit, increasing blood flow. And a lot of people talk about the use of this compound for the purposes of creativity or verbal fluency. So if you've got a speaking engagement, this may be an excellent compound for you to use. And again, it might have an acute effect, so you might not have to take it over time to realize those effects. So, phenylpiracetam, another one that I've mentioned. seems to really lean into dopamine. It gives a lot of drive, a little bit stimulating, and also great for just general clarity. You do seem to gain tolerance to that fairly quickly over time, so you'll have to cycle and discontinue its use at different intervals so that you can continue to get the benefits from it. Noopept, that's another one that I mentioned is not technically a racetam. It's a peptide, polypeptide compound that looks very similar to some of the racetams and has some similar actions. A lot of people notice improvements in cognitive clarity and stamina right off of the initial dose. Some people say that they have to take it over time before it builds up and they notice the effects. Many of these compounds are used in medical practice in other countries and have been studied for decades. So with that being said, most people can take them. I'm not going to say everybody because there's going to be extenuating circumstances out there, but most people can take these with little to no negative side effects and potential positive side effects. Now, oftentimes these are used in populations, if you look at the studies, where they are suffering from a decline in cognition due to their age. But many people at young ages report benefits for optimizing their current already healthy state. So if this sounds like something that you may benefit from, you can go over to Cosmic Nootropic. I do have a 10% off code that I'll put down in the comments for you, and that's Akuo_10. You can go to that website. These come in blister packs, as you can see. They are pharmaceutical grade and they are shipped directly out of Russia, so make sure to schedule the appropriate lead time. If you need any help with understanding these in a little bit more detail or understanding how to apply to your own needs, feel free to reach out at the website www.akuoperformance.com. And as a reminder, like, follow, subscribe, comment. See you next time.